Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. I've got Greg with me, and we're going to be talking about where AI and this idea of low code and no code solutions kind of combine. So before we dive into the questions that I've got for you, can you give everybody a quick introduction?
Hey guys, I'm Greg Coquillo. I am currently in Washington, in the hills of Issaquah, and I work for Amazon, where I develop cool tools that may or may not be based on artificial intelligence and AI. So, I'm sorry, in ML. Good to be here and to talk to Emma, and thank you for having me, Emma, today.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited for our conversation. And as we get started, I usually start with kind of a little bit of a level set or an introduction question. So can you start by sharing what your definition of low code or no code solutions is to kind of help set the stage?
Yeah, to me, low code, no code is an approach to software development where the more complex programming language is abstracted away from people who are not prone to it. And these users can leverage basic logic, or even these softwares have some sort of visual interaction where the users can build software. For example, when you think about Excel, I consider that one as a low code application, or something like Wix, where you have software where you can drag and drop. One of my personal favorite is Power BI, which is both low to no code, where you can build different applications.
Great. So when we take a look at kind of increasing the adoption of AI, machine learning, all these different subsets of artificial intelligence, how do you think this idea of low or no code is going to help with that adoption curve?
Yeah, so if I'm not a specialist in AI, meaning I don't have the skills to go from start of project, end-to-end project of building an AI-based solution, how that helps me is being able to use a human understandable language to leverage the power of AI. So, for example, you could see how Power BI is integrated with natural language processing, and it helps me build dashboards that can allow my users to answer questions just using natural language. And then in the back end, you have AI that receives the request, pulls the data, and answers in also a human understandable way. So this is where I think these tools are encouraging the adoption or the democratization of AI, and putting it in the hands of end users who are not necessarily technical.
I love that phrase of like human understandable language, because I think that does a really nice job of like helping break down what the idea of code is versus no code, and what kind of some of those differences are. So to round out our conversation today, can you share some of your thoughts on examples that you've seen in the real world that bring these tools together, just to kind of help show people more of a direct idea of where they'll see these tools combining?
Yeah, I can come back with like something like Power BI. There could be an example where a team of sales folks are using natural language to kind of find out different segmentations for their customers, and based on the response from the backend engine that's powered by AI, they can surface the different key customers to understand what kind of actions to take next. They may be able to segment by customers who are prone to leave after a certain amount of time. So depending on their goal, if they're trying to reduce customer churns. They could just use a simple question, and within Power BI, for example, in the module returns something that they can understand, digest, and take action from. The next one I can think of is, we've heard of GPT-3, but we've also heard a little bit less of DALL-E, which is a big language or a big model that leverages text and images to generate images from scratch. So, for example, there could be a marketing team that is looking to create new images from scratch and just leverages text. For example, if they're selling furnitures, they can input some key text and DALL-E generates a picture for them, which then they can use to market their products, something like that.
That is such a cool example because that gets us away from those boring stock images or in different ways for us to present information to people. I guess I hadn't heard of that one before, so thank you for sharing that. And thank you for joining us for the conversation today. I want to make sure that everybody who is joining us, if you're not already, make your way over to Greg's profile and follow him on LinkedIn. You may have spotted, and now you're going to have to go back and look if you didn't, there was this sneaky little top voices sign in the background there. So I'm going to toot your horn for a second and call attention to the fact that you're one of LinkedIn's top voices. So if you're not already following him, why not? So make your way over there. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to send either one of us a message. But thank you very much for joining me today and have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you for having me, Emma, and thank you for the audience for listening. Have a good one.
If you're looking for expert tips on how to get started with your transformation or looking to hone in on your approach, make sure that you subscribe to our channel to catch our weekly Digital Transformation Talk series, where we interview experts from around the world on how to make it happen.